Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on some new concealers. I'm going to be reviewing the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. And I'm going to be reviewing their Ultimate Coverage Crease Proof Concealer. So this is what we have going on here. I'm going to be putting these two to the test, one on one side and the other one on the other side. I want to go in with one more product that I purchased from the Revolution Pro line, and that's their Hydra Matte Translucent Setting Powder. So it's supposed to be an ultra-fine mattifying powder with hyaluronic acid, which is great for hydration. So I'm excited to see how that's going to work. You guys know that I love hydrating powders and just powders as a whole because I need to bake my under eye. So this is what the powder looks like. It looks very, very white. So that kind of scares me because to me, that's just like flashback. So the first one I want to talk about is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer. This one is $10. So this one has in here 0.45 ounces, and this is supposed to be a very nice full coverage hydrating primer. The original is similar except it's more matte. This one is just a liquid anti-crease. It's medium to full coverage. It has hyaluronic acid and acai in it, and it's just a radiant, nice, beautiful finish. So I'm excited to put this to the test. The shade that I picked up was shade C10. And then the cool thing about Makeup Revolution being sold at Ulta is that I'm able to like swatch them because they now have like testers for like their affordable products. So I was able to swatch them, and I feel like that one was the closest to what I like to use for a nice brightening concealer. Now for the Revolution Pro Concealer, this one has 0.41 ounces. So it has a little bit less than the hydrating one. This one does retail for $12. So this one is $2 more expensive than the Conceal and Hydrate primer. So that's just something to know. I personally prefer this type of packaging when it comes to application for concealer as opposed to a squeeze tube. I don't know. These are just not my favorite. Let me see what the tip looks like. Oh, it's one of, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, but we'll see. We will see. This is supposed to be an ultimate coverage, waterproof concealer with hyaluronic acids, collagen, antioxidants, and peptides. I'm curious about the crease proof, and I'm curious about the ultimate coverage. So this is supposed to be more coverage than this one because this is medium to full coverage. For foundation, I mixed two. So I mixed the Makeup Revolution ones. I mixed the Conceal and Hydrate and the Conceal and Define. This one is one of my holy grails for drugstore, the Conceal and Define, which is the original matte one. Love it. The color is absolutely perfect for me, but the color is the same as the color for the new one, and it doesn't look the same. It's completely different. This one is much darker, so I need to exchange it because that's not my shade. But we'll see how this does. Mixed together, they look very nice. I have to say they do look nice. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put these primers to the test. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the Revolution Pro Concealer. And this one is also in the shade C10. I picked both of them up in C10. And I'm gonna put this on this side. I don't know if that's too much. Okay, so this concealer color, I feel like is not typically what I go for. Holy shit, this is really tacky. I don't think I've ever felt a concealer feel this tacky. It is so tacky. Like, I'm going in with this damn sponge and it's sticky. It's not making the foundation separate, so I guess that's a good thing thus far. I feel like it actually, when I first applied it and I just dotted it on there, it didn't look so bright like I typically like my concealers. But now that I am just applying it on, it does look brighter. I don't know how I feel about that stickiness though, but it's definitely very full coverage. Like, you can see the difference. I'm gonna take my sponge, my Morphe sponge, and I'm going to be using the powder that I bought along with this. I'm just gonna be baking it. I don't know how this is gonna do. Whew. I always have to bake because if I don't bake, my under eyes crease. It just, even if something says it doesn't crease, it will crease. So I have to always bake. So that really mattified it. But do you see these little dots right here? Let's see if I can remove that. Okay, good. Oh, that worried me. I was like, ooh, I'm not gonna be able to remove that. That really made this side matte. There we go. I just really need to make sure that that is like in place and everything. So that's why I do that. I just want to leave it on for a few seconds because I'm scared that if I leave it on for longer, it's not gonna look good. So a few more seconds, let it just simmer in. Do you guys see that? It looks bad. I'm about to wipe this off. We need to backtrack and restart because I don't know if it was the powder or if the concealer just didn't need the powder, but we're about to backtrack, but I need to show you guys how this looks. So I'm gonna take my vlogging camera and show you guys in natural lighting. Okay, so we had to backtrack because that was just not working out. It looked awful, like honestly awful. And I'm so happy that I filmed that little clip of me like up close in natural lighting because that was just rough. So I'm gonna give this another try. So let's go ahead and try this one more time. I do not like this type of tube whatsoever. If you're looking into this, please note that this is very, very full extreme coverage. It's very sticky. So if you don't like really full, thick products, you will not like this. So I'm just letting you guys know right away before you spend $12 because those $12 may not be the move. Especially if you have dry under eyes. Holy hell, please do not try this. It's so sticky, and even with this damn sponge, like it's uncomfortable. I think it's because it does have that like hyaluronic acid in here, which is like hydrating and stuff, but it's just so thick. Like it looks greasy. While I leave that though, I'm gonna go ahead and do the next side. It's supposed to be crease proof, so I mean, I'm kind of already seeing it crease, but I just have under eyes that crease like crazy, so it's common for me. I feel like this one will be much better for me. So we're gonna be doing the Conceal and Hydrate, same shade. Love this doe foot. I'm so happy this doe foot's back. I'm just gonna apply this like so. This color looks way like more accurate to what I like, this type of brightening than other color. I feel like with different formulas, sometimes you tend to get like a different color. So let's see. Ooh, yeah, this is blending like a concealer. So easy. It's giving me that brightening effect. This side it's creasing. Like I just don't understand. And it feels very, very lightweight. Doesn't look sticky. Doesn't feel heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and set this with, I'm gonna use my powder because that powder, I don't know about it. And I'd rather use something that I know. You guys see that? Like it's already separating, and look how greasy that looks. Like what the hell is this? I'm gonna dust it away quickly. Just a quick little flick. I feel like I need to go back in and remove this. Man. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and go with my Trust and True Airspun powder. I'm gonna go ahead and just set the whole area like that, fast, and then dust it. Okay, so that was much better. I think the camera legit died as soon as I had some good results on this. So what I ended up doing was I took a little bit of that foundation that was creasing off with my makeup wipe and blended it out with my sponge again. And then I took my Airspun powder, not the powder that I bought from Makeup Revolution, used my Morphe sponge, applied that super quick, and then applied it on all the surrounding areas where I did go in with the concealer. Left it on for probably max 5 seconds and dusted that away and kept it moving. And I feel like it looks much better. It still looks problematic, to be completely honest. I'm going to show you guys in natural lighting because I feel like you can tell, like, there's like a spot right here and then a spot right there. It just looks weird. Hopefully it like starts to soak into my skin. But right now I'm not a big fan of this guy, the Revolution Pro Ultimate Coverage Crease. I feel like this stuff is intense. Now I do want to talk about the Conceal and Hydrate side. This side was magical. It was great, especially when you're comparing it to a side where you had a lot of difficulties. This was like a smooth sailing. The color C10 is my perfect match. In this one, it's definitely more of a brighter consistency, but this just went on so smooth. It is very nice, creamy consistency. I feel like the coverage is great. I set it with my airspun powder and there's no creasing whatsoever. It looks healthy. I feel like it looks a little bit better than this side, but it was just smooth. Very, very smooth. So I'm definitely appreciative of that aspect of it. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is just finish the rest of my makeup and see what happens, if anything happens through the course of me doing my makeup. Especially on this side, I'm going to keep tabs on it. I feel like on this side, once I powdered, when I move my face, I feel like it feels a little stiff. I would say something that you could use this for is maybe for like doing like crease work. Like if you're going to be cutting your crease and you need something super tacky and that will stay in place, maybe that could be the one, but then you have to go in and set it because it stays super duper like oily looking, and I'm just not a fan of that. So yeah, those are my thoughts so far. Maybe it'll look better later or worse, hopefully better, because I mean it can't get any worse than what I showed you guys in that clip. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest. This review really took a left turn. Like I wasn't expecting that from it, but we'll just have to see what happens. So continue watching to see where we go. I am gonna be doing a wear test. So right now I am just starting my morning. Right now I think it's like 10 a.m. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face, then come back, give you guys my first impressions. Then we're gonna do a natural lighting check-in again. And then we'll do our final thoughts at the very end of the day. So you'll wanna stay tuned because this is gonna be really interesting. Okay guys, so I am back, finished my entire face of makeup. Did I have food in my teeth? Okay, I had a salad, so I just needed to make sure I didn't have food in my teeth. But I'm ready to talk about these two concealers that we have right here. Hydrating on this side and the Super Ultimate Coverage Creaseless on this side. You guys know the drill. I went ahead and finished the rest of my makeup. Honestly, I feel like they both set nicely, but I do have to say the side where we went in with this Revolution Pro Concealer, it looks heavy and it does feel a little bit heavy. It's not creasing, thank God, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we set it with my airspun powder. Because if we wouldn't have set it, it would have still looked super sticky and like super oily looking, which you guys saw that. I also did accidentally put a little bit of it on my nose, and I noticed that my nose had that shine too, so I had to go with some setting powder and just dust that all over my nose just to make sure that it didn't look all sorts of crazy, and I think that worked very well. Another thing that I want to say about this Revolution Pro one is that I feel like this side of my face looks a little bit more enhanced and cakey. I noticed that in the areas where I have like a little bit of texture in large pores, and I took the concealer pretty far down because it was so full coverage that I needed to like spread it out. I do feel like it's enhancing just a touch. Something to note, something for you guys to see. I will be showing you guys a clip of in natural lighting of this face complete, because I do want you guys to see how it looks super up close, and then you can be the judge of which one you prefer. But now I want to move on to the Conceal and Hydrate concealer. So this one, it reminds me a lot of other concealers that I really enjoy and trust. I like the fact that this one has good coverage. I feel like it's more so on the fuller coverage side. It's not crazy full like the Revolution Pro one, but I definitely feel like you don't have to like use too much to like see the results of a fuller coverage concealer. I also like the fact that it's nice and creamy and very lightweight. A lot of the concealers that I've been seeing at the drugstore, even affordable concealers, have been super like heavy and thick, and I feel like that's just not the vibe I'm going for sometimes. Like I want something that's a little bit more not so intense. And I like the fact that this is not so intense. This side, the under eye feels so weightless, so smooth, and just so fresh. But so far, I feel like this side just feels and looks a lot better than this side. And I just feel like for somebody that's looking for something more natural, I think this may be something that we will cherish. And this is also the more affordable one out of the two, which is $2 cheaper than this one. I feel like this review has just been so interesting thus far. Very different than other reviews I've done where, you know, everything works. We can make it work. I feel like this one we had to really try it for this side. But we're gonna see. We're going to really see and figure out what's going on. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Stay tuned because you won't want to miss this hot tea that I got at the end of the video, or maybe cold tea, who knows. I am back right now. It is like 10:45 p.m. So it's been a very, very long day. So I do quickly want to first start off with the powder. The powder is a big no for me. I feel like with white powder and just the situation that happened earlier, complete no. So I'm going to be returning this. I think this was like about $10. So I just feel like with $10 I can do better. I just don't think that is worth the buy at all. After wearing these concealers for the whole day, I feel like this side definitely looks a little bit on the cakey side. Ignore my eyeshadow also. I don't know why it creased so badly. Do you guys see that? Like, what's going on? It's just a bad situation. So, like I was mentioning, I feel like with this Revolution Pro, I feel like it just looks super heavy and like thick on this side. It's very, very sticky as well still, even with setting it with the powder. I don't think this is worth your money. I would say if you're looking into this, do not get it. The fact that it just looks so oily and like sticky, it's just not the move. But I would say the Conceal and Hydrate one is really nice. I feel like this is the perfect in between. This is the type of concealer consistency I like. Something that's like nice, full medium coverage, but it's also very like skin-like on the under eye. I feel like that under eye always needs that hydration. Considering the fact that I do like to go ahead and set with baking powder, I feel like I need something that will be really nice and hydrating and just not so thick, because I feel like when you mix thick with a powder, it's just not gonna go well. And I feel like it just goes along perfectly with the foundations. I honestly prefer the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation. I feel like that one is just like one of my holy grails. So I would definitely pair it with this concealer, and I think they will completely work like magic. Those are all my thoughts. If you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing these types of videos for you guys. Also, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I would love to have you become a member of family here on YouTube, because I always bring you guys really, really great content. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell, because if you hit that notification bell, you are going to be receiving my videos as soon as they upload. And I know you want that, because I always give you guys some good feedback. So that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye, guys.